Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, John? What's up, Stanley? What's up, Anthony? What's up, Sean? So, when I originally had this stream scheduled for yesterday, I had it titled Tour 12 with Marlins. And as much fun as it is playing Tour 12 with Marlins or basic balls or whatever, I think it'll be more beneficial for the majority of people if I maybe do like a little tutorial type session. So I'm going to use a power 3 ball, which will primarily be Kingmaker because I've got, 12 Titans. Hey, what's up, Damien? But I'm not one to outball anybody. Hey, what's up, Craig? So, if somebody does pull a Titan on me or whatever, they go first and pull a Titan on me, then I'll use a Titan. But I don't use my gems to buy any balls, so I don't have any Titans because I've been playing Master on this account for a while. And I save all my gems for club cards when I get those in the shop. So primarily I'll be using Kingmaker just because it'll be, I think, more beneficial for people. People aren't going into Tour 12 for the first time or struggling with Tour 12 trying to use Marlins. So that's something that you could eventually work toward if you so desire. But I'm just going to talk through all my shots, kind of what I'm looking at, how I play it, and hopefully y'all will be able to get some good information from it. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer them. Oh, I got to change my clubs. Awesome. Hey, what's up, Chris? I don't know if I said what's up already, Chris, but what's up, man? What's up, Tavis? What's up, Mitsu? What's up, Ervin? Thanks for the good luck, guys. What's up, Chris? Get those pens ready. Alright, so this drive I play 10% elevation, or with the APOC 7 I play 1 wind per ring minus 1.25. So let's see. Alright, so with this wind angle, now I've always been one to kind of go for that last fairway pad before the water up there, which I'm going to right now. But honestly, it's probably better if you just try to kind of get over this rough into the second fairway and leave yourself with a like a long iron that you could rough bump. So like I use the Goliath. So that would be the perfect club to be able to rough bump. And the last time we had this in a tournament, that's exactly what I was attempting to do. And I made it a handful of times. So yeah, going for this little pad is hit or miss sometimes if you catch a bad bounce in the rough. But this will leave me about a mid-ish Nirvana. So, and I'll tell you how I play that with depending on the wind angle. What's up, Cash? What's up, Chris? What's up, Drew? What's up, Ronnie? Appreciate the good luck, guys.
Perfect shot.
This looks like it's going to get a good bounce over. Oh, a nice little bounce off the first fairway. Straight to that rough, little double bounce rough bump. Alright, so I got tailwind, so I'm actually going to play this at minus 20%. Do a quick little zoom out just to kind of gauge where I'm at in my club. Looks a little bit more than half, so I'm going to kind of, although I'm pulling it down, so I want to be a little bit more conservative and not over adjust. So what I'm gonna do, actually I'm just gonna play it off. Alright, so I'm gonna play it off the little bounce shot and kind of get the ball guide offset. And then I'm just gonna adjust this for mid club, especially because I'm coming down the slope. So it's gonna lower my elevation anyway. And we hit perfect, so that's good. And a little bit too much, but
Nice on.
nicely up there, safe. So as long as our opponent doesn't drop his, we'll get to see a shootout. What's up, Ingrid? What's up, Jay? Appreciate you guys coming. Now, I think if you guys were there for Ian's stream the other day where I was caddying for him, you know, I talked a lot about how a lot of my adjustments, especially in shootouts, are geared towards a power zero ball, obviously because I played with a power zero ball for so long. So even when I do play with a power three ball or whatever, power one, power two, just depends on who I'm playing and what ball they use. But I'll still set up a lot of times and adjust for like power zero
Great shot.
type of shot. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't
Nice
drop.
on.
So there might be time, you know, using a kingmaker now, you might find me, or I might find myself in a weird spot where I'm trying to set up at the power zero mark, and then I'll adjust. Like there's one Porthello hole in particular that I think of where I set up at power zero, but then if it's got like headwind, I'm gonna be adjusting into APOC range. So I'll start in cat range, and then I'll adjust into APOC range. So, but I'll talk about all those things kind of as they come. Hey, what's up, Jay? All right, headwind. So I'm gonna be playing this one mid club, and all dependent on the wind angle. If I've got straight headwind, I play it at 25. This is a little bit angled, so I'm gonna play it at 20%, and I use a power zero ball. So I want the ball guide straight at the hole, lined up as close to the edge of the fairway as I can. I'm gonna give it about 1.75 backspin. And like I said, I'm doing mid club, so I'm gonna go about 10.5 rings here. I had great left, of
Great
course.
shot.
So you can see maybe just a hint too much backspin. Obviously the great left killed me, otherwise it would have been dead in line to the hole. But on this one, so I start off ball guide directly at the hole, and I move it up with, and this is with headwind. I move it up as close to the edge of the fairway as I can, basically right before the ball guide would disappear. And then dependent on wind strength and wind direction, I'm gonna throw some backspin on it, throw some side spin on it, because I offset the wind on this hole with side spin. And that was pretty straight, so I didn't throw any side spin on it. But yeah, so that's how I play this hole in headwind. So if it's straight headwind, I play power zero, mid, plus 25. If it's more like 5 o'clock wind, or 5 or 7, I'll play at 20%. If it's 4 or 8 o'clock wind, I'll play at 15%. And then if it's straight side wind, oh, this is gonna be close. What was I, 2.51? Oh, okay. If it's straight side wind, I'm not gonna play right on the edge like I did. I'll show you that later if I get it, but I play at min plus 10. Again with P0. Alright. Who did I miss? What's up, Salim? Awesome. And then, yeah, if I get that hole again with tailwind, I'll talk through how I play that. Hey, what's up, Nick? Thanks for the good luck, man. It's gonna be one of those sessions spinning. You gonna snipe me, David? So if it's like a new hole, Chris, I'll just kind of, like if it's a hole I've never played or a hole I really haven't played too much or don't remember or whatever, I'll hit my take shot button, and then I'll just kind of eyeball what I think the elevation is. But T12, like I've played for so long, I at least know what I use. Certain shots might play a little bit different. I'm not landing maybe exactly where I'm initially setting up. But yeah, just experience, basically. All right, that's pretty cross. I don't know if, all right, so I'm gonna play this. So I set this one up at 0 yards with the blue ring touching the left rough. I only ever really go 7 topspin. And then I play this one at P0 with 10% elevation. So I'm gonna go 8.5. A little bit. And then max curl.
Perfect shot.
Oh, perfect. No freebies for him? Oh, my cat. Oh, is that you? Nice. Oh my god, my cat's throwing up. Oh. Hey, shh. Let go. What are you doing? You're fine. Gross.
Perfect shot.
Perfect. So this approach shot, I've kind of gone back and forth with the elevation that I like to use between 0 and 5. This approach shot is kind of a pain. Like for one, trying to find a good landing area. It's pretty good. And then just judging the correct spin and even trying to get it like at the hole. I've albaed this one a few times, but in general, I'm not like super dialed in on it. But I'm just gonna play this one at 0.
Perfect shot.
And we'll just see what happens. All right, not terrible. A little bit more, maybe 5 was
Nice on.
appropriate, but there's just some, I don't know, that approach shot has just always kind of been a pain in the butt as far as getting the alba. I mean, getting it up there and getting the eagle and whatever is not terribly difficult, but hey, what's up, Matt? Yeah, this is just the first game.
Great shot. Nice on. Eagle. Eagle.
All right, let's see what shootout we get. Awesome. All right, so straight tailwind. So I'm actually going to use cat numbers and just do a little bounce over. So it's a little bit right to left, but nothing crazy. So I like to set with about half the white ring in the bunker, half the blue ring in the rough. I'm gonna go 3 backspin, and like I said, everything is kind of geared towards marlin setup. But I'm gonna go P035 for a cat, so I'm gonna go 7.5 rings back from there. So I'm kind of eyeballing that first little adjustment, and then I'm gonna throw about a half a ball of curl.
Perfect shot.
Sit. Not bad, not bad. A little bit much.
Nice on.
But definitely on this shootout, it's pretty good in general. Depending on who you're playing, of course. His looks a little bit more right to left, less tail. I think that would have been money though, with a perfect. Yeah, that's for sure, Matt. Like when I first started playing this hole way back in the day, yeah, if you kept it on the green, you were doing good. Definitely not an easy one. All right. I'm hoping for some tailwind so I can do a little bounce over. Okay, that's good. Well, so I won't even have to play my... So this is pretty straight tailwind, so the kind of rule of thumb, which I learned from Jerry, basic ball Jerry, is whatever your wind is, you want to add that much topspin. Not that much topspin. You want to add enough topspin to then equal 16. And then just blast away, basically. Nice. It's going to sit. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, I do 1159 and 1201. Not like necessarily as much because
Great shot.
it's not like as crazy in tour play. Yeah, that'll work. I do still utilize it kind of in the back of my mind, like if I'm trying to avoid certain hazards or things like that. So if I come across a specific hole with either like the drive or like maybe a shootout or something, then I'll kind of talk about how I play it, what sort of pool angle will tend to use more. But really, the whole 1159, 1201 stuff is more utilized in tournaments when you're trying to be consistent with shots. That way you can repeat the shots and get the drops.
Perfect shot.
But yeah, in tour play, I'll use it here and there to try to avoid hazards a little bit better for certain shots. So like I said, I'll talk about it if I come to it or something like that. All right, so we're gonna play a power slice here. And I'm gonna do white ring touching the right rough. I think I'm gonna do 4. Nah, we're gonna be curling it back in. I'm gonna do 5 topspin, and I'm gonna play this at 10%. So I'm gonna adjust 8.3 rings. Then I'm gonna kind of get in line with the ball guide, push it back up through the max, and then I'm gonna go 20 rings out to the left. So I could have adjusted a little bit less. With that much kind of crosswind coming at it, it really does hold it up. Obviously, you don't want to get too close to that right rough and then hook it into the rough. It's so easy to either catch it on the fly, which I think Ian's opponent did when we played the other day, or you just land so close to it and it's coming in at so much of a side spin that it's going to catch that bunker before the green. So it's not always an easy slice shot, but that's the way I usually play it. Is I'll adjust where I want the ball to land. I'll have that kind of placement about 5 rings from the rough. And if I've got like tailwind, I'll have to kind of eyeball it, because I'm going to max overpower the shot in general. So if I'm having to look past the ring, then I will. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just pop this up there. That way we can go to a shootout.
Perfect shot.
But basically I'm looking to have it land,
Nice eye.
at least for my adjustment, I'm looking to have it land 5 rings from the rough after the adjustment for wind, which I play at 10%, and then for Cat 7 I'll adjust 22 rings, Cat 6 I'll adjust 20 rings, Cat 5
Birdie.
I'll adjust, or not Cat 5, no, nothing below that actually, I'll just do 20 and then 22 for my Cat 7.
Birdie.
Hey, what's up, Rock? Thanks for the good luck, man. Alright, let's see what it gives us. Alright, so now we're looking at some... This is the worst wind for this hole. Because, first, I hate tailwind on this hole in general. Just because you run the risk of, depending on the strength, depending on the angle, you run the risk of flying it into that water, or like catching rough and going into that water. But this is the worst because then you're adjusting over the bunker there. And I typically over adjust a little bit to help offset. I mean, I do play side spin to offset it, but it's just the worst one because you really run the risk of catching that rough. But
Great shot.
hey, what's up, Ian? What's up, Pradeep? Alright, so I play this one at 20%, and I'm gonna set up, so this is where I want it to land. See, this is where max is right here, but I want it to land like up here. So I'm about a little over a ring. I'm gonna have the red ring overlapping the rough. And I haven't even set my spin yet, but I'll set it in a minute. So I'm gonna play max 20%. And it's pretty cross. So I'm just gonna go one back. But I wanna go up. I don't wanna get crazy. I'm gonna go up about a ring.
Perfect shot.
See how close that was? A little bit. I could have done without the push, but
Nice on.
so normally I forfeit this third one normally. Do you want to play it or do you want to keep playing, David? I mean, you're gonna win it anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So we can just play it, get more practice. All right. Okay. Cool. So this is a little bit. All right. So whenever I've got this kind of wind, I'm always going to go over to the right. Now, if I had a little bit more crosswind and less tailwind, I would play it kind of centered in this pad because I'm going to do a max curl shot. But I'm a little bit tail on it, so I'm actually just going to move it over like about a half a ring away from that right rough. Max top, 3 right, and I adjust this 30%. So I was setting it up in max OP, but I'm not going to push back up or anything like that. I'm going to max OP it, but it's, of course,
Great
straight left.
shot.
But it's not going to play, it's not going to play like a max OP needle, if you will. So that's the kind of shot that I'll play a lot in tournaments. I'll play it a lot in tour play, obviously, but kind of being able to push things up into the max OP range where you might want it to land, and then letting it fall back to rest, and then adjusting for it, and then without pushing back up, you can just max OP the shot to kind of get you in the right spot. Obviously, the more tailwind you have, the more out of max distance you'll become, so you're not gonna get the shaky needle. But pretty much any time that I've got any kind of slightest, like even the slightest bit of tailwind, like if I'm not adjusting into OP, I'll probably do a shot like that for a lot of holes.
Great shot.
It's just obviously if you have more crosswind, you're gonna be playing more of a max OP shot. So. Hey, what's up, Jim? What's up, Ervin? Alright, so I'm going to play this one at 15%. And if I had left to right crosswind, I would play 4 left spin. But I'm only going to play this one with 1 left spin.
Perfect shot.
Ooh!
Nice on.
Should have put a ball got a little bit closer, but perfect as far as the adjustment and everything goes. So unless he makes this and and beats me, and we go to a shootout. If I go first, I'll talk through. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna give David the win, because I don't always like taking 3 wins off people. There is the occasion where I will take 3 off somebody, but I don't know. If he goes first, then I'll let him play, and then I'll talk through how I would set it up, but I won't actually take the shot. I guess either way, I'll just talk through how I'm going to take the shot. I'm just not going to actually take the shot.
Great shot.
Or maybe if I go first, I will take the shot, and then I'll forfeit. I don't know. I don't want to take away any practice for David.
Nice on.
Hey, what's up, asshole?
Eagle.
So I've been spreading the word, but in case you guys haven't heard, I'm going to be providing some expert content starting next week. So I'll be doing pro. Awesome. All right. So this I'll play with Cat, 20% max. I'm going to set up with the ball guide directly at the hole with half the red ring overlapping the rough. Kind of where he is, but further back. And then I do, it's pretty straight tailwind. More tailwind than crosswind for sure. So I'd probably do like 4.1, maybe 4.2 backspin, though it's not. Sometimes I get myself in trouble and I come up short when I do that, when I try to do too much backspin because I think I need to. Get in the hole.
Shot.
Ooh, get in the hole. Nice.
Hole in one.
Well, I guess I'll take my shot. Because if I do make it, then we can just do it again. Alright, so I set up half the red ring, kind of overlapping the rough with the ball guide. Going at the hole, or in line with that grid, going at the hole. It's a little bit going to the right, so I'm just going to throw like a smidge of side spin on it. And then, like I said, I'm going to go 20%.
Perfect shot.
Close. Close. But that would be a great shot in general when your opponent's not getting a hole in one. But hell of a shot from David for sure. Hey, what's up, Shabba Dabba Doo? I appreciate it. So I only play with Grizzly and B52 in tournaments, and the way that I play with those clubs is I convert everything to a 1 win per ring shot. So I try to find what yardage I need to be at in order to play it at 1 win per ring. And it's not always 1 win per ring. It could be 1 win per ring plus 1 ring, plus 2 rings, minus 1 ring, whatever, something like that. But I try to find that yardage. And then from that yardage, if I'm like a yard difference, I'll go plus or minus 0.1. But I don't, that's the way I play those clubs. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing, expert content. I'm not doing any, like guides yet. I'm toying with the idea of starting to make guides, maybe. But if I do start that next, yeah, good games, David. If I do start that next tournament, I'll start with pro, and then I'll determine how much. All right, so this, typically I only play this shot when I've got tailwind, because this will require a little bit of OP. But if I had tailwind, like crosswind or tailwind, I would go, or if I had straight crosswind, I would go 2.5 top. I'm going to be curling into the wind with slight headwind. So I'm going to go 4 top max right. And I'm going to play this one at 0%. And I'm going to do about a little over a ball of curl. And then just kind of OP it as was necessary
Perfect
for
shot.
how much I pulled into OP. So, could have done a little bit more, try to get it closer, but there's no point in being super aggressive with a shot like that, especially when you're applying any kind of overpower because you don't want to accidentally hit it great or good or something bad like that and end up in the rough and then just completely screw yourself. Where I'm at right there is no issue for any wind angle, so to get to the green. Let's see, who have I missed?
Great shot.
What's up, Michael? What's up, Sue? Good master guides, yeah. Unfortunately, it would be a while before I ever put out any kind of master guides, just due to the... Alright, so we're going to play a power slice shot. I'm going to go 4.5 backspin. So I play this 10%. So I'm going to find a spot where I can kind of have it be 8 rings, kind of in the middle of the fairway. And then I'm going to adjust 20 rings. All right, so a little wedge shot from there should hopefully not be an issue. I guess we'll see, but oh, I didn't even realize he went in the rough. So yeah, possibly. Well, I guess the 100% plan for next tournament is I will be providing content streams for pro, expert, and master. Pro and expert I will be talking through in the streams.
Great shot.
You know exactly how I'm playing, everything, what I'm looking at, what I'm setting up, what my reference points are, things like that. And then master will just kind of be a watching kind of thing. You know, if you guys have questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability, but nothing super in depth. Man.
Perfect shot. Eagle.
And possibly start throwing out maybe some pro guides or something like that. And then depending on the workload as far as that goes, I might try to implement some expert guides as well. But 100%, you know, videos, things like that. Alright. Yeah, I'll try to talk as much through the why as I can. I guess one why to answer for my second shot there. You guys may have seen I didn't max overpower, like I didn't pull all the way to max. Because when I adjusted to the left, the 20 rings that I adjusted, I was putting myself up on the mountain. And obviously when you hit a slice or a hook, you're not stopping the needle in the vicinity of where your rings are. But as much as I was kind of up onto the mountain, I was still going to be kind of putting myself, if I did a max overpower shot, I'd be putting myself at a higher elevation being up there. So I backed off a little bit on the overpower. That way I didn't basically fly the fairway. Whether I bounce in the fairway and then land in the rough, or land completely in the rough, which I've done before. So something that is important to check, depending on the kind of shots that you're playing, is what sort of terrain you're leaving yourself on after you adjust. Whether you're dropping your elevation going into a bunker, whether you're going up a hill and raising your elevation, whether you're going to be overpowering a little bit, how that's going to affect it. So many things to look at that can change your shot without even necessarily knowing about it. So, hey, what's up, Jeremy? Thanks for the good luck, man. No, I don't. There's people in my clan who are kind of in the same boat where they're not upgrading one of their accounts to APOC 8 because they still have APOC 7 on other accounts. They talk about it a lot more in chats about how tempting it is for them to upgrade it. I had this account. I had a Thor 7 ready to go for the longest time on this account, like 3 or 4 months before I ever upgraded it, before I got another account that had it. So being free to play, you have to be patient in general. So I'm pretty patient. Besides, APOC 7 is not a terrible club, so. Hey, what's up, Eric? Appreciate it, man. Ooh, this would be a tempting blast shot, but I'm not going to do that because that's not super informative. So I like to set up at the clear ring, halfway overlapping the rough at the 0-yard mark. Tailwind, I go 4 top, and I just kind of move side spin, so I'm going down the middle of the fairway. I play this at 10% with power 0 because I'm at the 0-yard mark. And a great left.
Great shot.
Should be alright unless I get some kind of nasty rollout. Looks like it's going to be just fine, yep. It's actually better than hitting perfect, I think. No, I don't have a Thor 8. I think this account is the closest that I have to a Thor 8, but it's still like 150 cards away or something like that. Hey, what's up, Henry? Thanks for the good luck, man. Yeah, I'll vary what Powerball numbers I might use, just depending on the shot.
Great shot.
Is he gonna make it? Oh, good line. Ooh, nice. Hey, what's up, Anthony? What's up, Stewie? Alright, so I play this one at 10% club range, so I'll just kind of find where I'm at. So I'm gonna be a little bit past. So whenever I've got a headwind, I like to do 1 backspin. And I'm not gonna like go crazy on the side spin, but I'm gonna go like a little bit about side spin 1 to the left. Kind of in line with the hole, a few squares short, and I'm a little bit past the min mark, but not quite to mid.
Perfect shot.
A little bit more, but great speed. So I'll take that. And hopefully we'll get into a shootout so we can learn some more about shootouts. Hey, what's up, Dale? Thanks for the good luck, man. Yeah, Thor 6 to 7 is pretty big. Thor 5 to 6 is pretty good too. 4 to 5 for APOC. I don't know. When I get APOC 5 is when I like to move up to Masters, so I think that's big. Like the distance gained is big, but I think the backspin when you get to level 6 is huge, especially when you're playing the higher tours. So Thor 8 looks like a beast though. I look forward to having a Thor 8 one day.
Birdie.
Yeah, definitely. I think I saw. Sorry, Tango. I know I saw you come in and I just didn't say what's up. I think I was explaining something, but what's up, man? Sorry about that. Yeah, it definitely can drive me crazy having the one sitting down there, the upgrade light, but no, it's not super tempting. All right, so I'm gonna play this one P0, and we're kind of, yeah, okay. I'm gonna play this one P020 mid. So if I had straight crosswind, I would do 4 backspin. We're looking at about 8 o'clock. So I'm going to go about 3 1/4. And I like to aim right down the center and then curl to offset. So I'm going to go about a half a ball.
Perfect shot.
I think I had too much backspin on that, especially dropping down to the bunker. So more curl, less backspin. I've actually only recently started playing that bounce shot. I used to always do the backspin shot, which is not an easy shot in itself. But I'm still trying to gauge the right backspin when I've got a slight headwind like that. I also could have used a push forward just for dropping down into the bunker. Usually it's not a big deal, but if I get the right backspin configuration, it's better. And I think I needed some more curl. But that's the way I play this hole. From any spot, I always like to have the ball guy going at the hole, and then I'll adjust based on whatever my adjustment is, and then I'll curl to offset. Yeah, a lot of my setups for the shootouts are based on Power Zero because I played with Marlins for so long. So I'm just used to those positions and those shots. Yeah, the boost in distance for Thor 8 is nice, up to 235. Alright, let's see. Okay, good. Alright, so I always do max top, 3 left, and then I kind of will pull back. And because I'm going to be pushing up kind of into OP, I'm going to be a little bit off, maybe blue ring kind of overlapping the rough. But you can kind of see how it's next to that mountain, the 3rd and 4th bounces right there. So I kind of set that up, and then I'll adjust 10% for a power 3 ball. So I'm going to go 12.3-ish. And I'm just going to OP this because I've got so much headwind. But I'm also going to offset with some curls. So for this, I'm going to go about a half a ball left.
Perfect shot.
And hopefully we'll be down there somewhere in the 370-ish range or further. .374. So hopefully we'll get a good wind for a rough bump, and I can talk through how I play the rough bump with my wood club.
Perfect shot.
right. Gives me the more difficult one. All right, so I'm gonna do 3 back, about 2.5 right, I think. Ball guide direct to the hole. I'm not gonna be changing elevations at all because I'm actually gonna be staying up here. I'm pretty close to max, but not quite there. So I'm gonna play this at -15.
Perfect shot.
Close.
Nice on.
So if I was just going in club range for that shot, because it's got the right to left crosswind and you're staying up on the green, you're not dropping down into the bunker and lowering your elevation, I'll probably play that one at -15. And the reason I do -15 is more of a conservative standpoint. Because I don't want to adjust too far, or I want to take the risk of a potential great right from hitting the fairway and bouncing over. That's like my least favorite wind for that rough bump as far as trying to hole it out goes. I much prefer to drop down into the bunker. Headwind
Perfect shot.
is fine, but most of my makes have all been from dropping down when I drop into the bunker.
Nice on. Birdie.
I don't know. I'm sure we'll do it again sometime, Stewie. It was definitely a lot of fun. A lot harder than it looks, for sure. And Ian loves to ride the line with that timer. So I'm just watching like, oh, come on, don't time out. But yeah, I'd definitely like to do it again. It's like giving me all the wins that I don't really like, but I'm gonna play this one with a bounce shot, and I'm gonna do max back, 1 right. You can kind of see the ball guide start to pull back severely there, so I'm gonna be like right up there, and I'm gonna push forward about 2 rings. And then I'm going to adjust kind of mid-max 40%. Oh, great left.
Great shot.
Hopefully the wind will push me enough to not matter. Not great, not terrible. Keep getting all the what I consider tricky winds. Like if I had that same kind of headwind but coming from the right, it's so much easier to play that backspin shot because you're curling it. You could then be curling it into the wind. It's going to slow it up more. But it's not quite enough crosswind for me to want to do a bounce over shot with a driver. And I really don't ever try to do the sand bump anymore. But with headwind, I especially don't try to do the sand bump. So, hey, what's up, Rahul? Appreciate the good luck, man. Yeah, like I said, I actually did start doing the switch shot. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe we're talking about, well, I think some people might set up like in cat range and then they'll switch their driver. I set up in a weird position. Oh, it's gonna be close.
Nice on.
I set up in a weird position where I'm actually in driver range, but then it's gonna land short on that pad. So I did actually start doing that shot last season, or Yeah, maybe last season. But I felt like that was a little bit too much headwind for me to do it. I probably still should have. It's probably still better, but I don't quite have the spins on that shot fully figured out. All right. So this one's pretty straightforward. Oh my gosh, even this one is kind of giving me... Well, let's just see where it puts me. So I'm going to do white ring on the left rough. And go 10%, because it's really there's no headwind at all. And then after I pull, I'm going to figure out... Alright, so I'm going to just do max top 3 left, because I'm going into OP. So I want as much topspin as I can. Hopefully it's enough to get over.
Shot.
Yeah, we're good. Sit. Oh. Let's see if we can get a Nirvana albatross. Yeah, so yeah, I'm still fully trying to kind of get that shot down pretty deep, but I definitely like it for sure, and it's been pretty good in general, I would say.
Great shot.
Yeah, no Marlins today. I mean, I'll definitely have future streams where I play Marlins or basic balls, but I just wanted this one to be a little bit more informational, I think, for people either looking to approach Tour 12 or who are struggling in Tour 12. And I don't think there's a whole lot of people who are trying to jump in Tour 12 with Marlin balls. Oh, great.
Great shot.
Oh yeah, that would have been close. Would have been close.
Nice.
Hey, what's up, Bobby? What's up, Jason? No, I wasn't really offsetting left to cup. Like, it curls to the right there, but I was offsetting short. Like, I had the ball guide coming in short just to kind of account for secondary wind effect, like the wind pushing it towards the hole.
Shot.
But yeah, it did look a little bit left, just because see how his is curling to the right.
Nice.
That's what I was kind of accounting for. But if like I had a 5.0 ball guide, you would have seen it, the ball guide curling into the hole.
Eagle.
I played that one at 10%. I kind of vary what elevation I use on that approach shot based on the wind. So kind of my rule of thumb for most clubs is 5% for every 6 mile per hour wind. So, and that's like just regular, like short iron, long iron, wood, and driver. With sand wedges and rough irons, I actually do 5% for every 4 mile per hour of wind. So I had 8 there, 8 wind, so I went 10. So I think I'll probably do a bounce over like he's doing. If I had a little bit more crosswind, I would try to land on that 3rd fairway with a big sweeping hook. But it's more headwind, so I'm going to do a bounce over shot like he's doing.
Great shot.
Looks like it might come in pretty nicely. It's a good shot.
Nice on.
See what we can do. So I play this one at 50% power 0. I'm going to play it at max though, because I'm going to be adjusting towards max. I'm going to be curling a little bit into the wind. So with this wind, I'm probably going to go 2 back, max left. And you want it to like land like just past the rough, which is tough to do with headwind.
Perfect shot.
No. Look at that, right? It's so close. That would have been so good, and then just probably caught the fairway. Probably should have overpowered it a little bit more, just because of dropping down so much in elevation. But that line, like, I don't know, the way I played at least, it's so finicky. Because if you can land it just into that fairway, you get a great bounce to the left, which will then trickle to the hole, and your money. But if you don't judge the backspin right, or the curl right, you can find yourself in the rough like I did. So, tough hole. Maybe in hindsight I could have done the sweeping curl from the right. But that also runs the risk of going over, so it's not an easy hole for sure. A little bit less curl though, I think that would have been money. Not so much the backspin, definitely the curl. Hey, what's up, Tommy? Nah, Mary is not, I don't think she's not in Owens Lounge anymore. I'm not sure where she's at now. I think the last time I saw her, she was in, what is it? Drop shots or something like that. All right, headwind. So we're going to be laying up in the first fairway. And then depending on the strength, I guess I'll have like 12 or 13. I'll have like 12 to 12 and a half, I think. But I'm going to play 10%. So 1 win per ring minus 1.25 for max club. And probably I'll be curling it a little bit into the wind. I don't want to get crazy and go through the fairway. I'll probably just do 3 topspin. 3 topspin, 1 left spin. I'll just kind of show you where I set up. Basically, the blue ring will be off the rough. Kind of clear ring splitting the rough. Something like that. So I'm gonna go 10.5. Just a little bit of OP, some left curl. And that'll be fine.
Great shot.
So pretty much any wind angle from there with a cat and a power 3 ball, it's not gonna be an issue. Reaching the green. I mean, I might have to, and it's tailwind anyway. If I had straight headwind and it was like king wind, I would have to max OP my shot, but this will be no big deal. Hey, what's up, Golf Clash Mabe?
Perfect
If
shot.
I'm saying that right. Oh no. What have you done? Alright, so I'm gonna be adjusting, like this is, yeah, like straight headwind. So I like to do 3 top. Let me find a good spot. No, I guess we don't. So basically with straight tailwind, I play that at like minus 35 because you're adjusting so far down into that bunker. And so I found you can either play minus 20 and then kind of push up about a ring. But with straight tailwind, I like to play it at like minus 35. Hey, what's up, Ken? All right, so if he plays a Titan, then I'll switch to a Titan. This will be like one of the first times I've gone. Well, I guess the last guy went first with his Win 5 ball. So we'll probably play for about 10 or 15 more minutes.
Perfect
Hopefully we can
shot.
get some holes we haven't had yet. So anytime that I can fly it to this fairway that he just ended up in, I will. So basically any slight bit of headwind, I'll play it that way. Let's see. Oh, of course, not quite enough. So yeah, I'm gonna have to play it basically the same way I played it before. Blue ring touching that left rough. %, elevation.
Perfect shot.
So it's important on that shot with that max curl. You want to make sure you're not like overpowering it at all, because if you're flying it kind of past that landing area, like I guess I should have showed you when I was setting it up, but if you like push forward a little bit from that landing area, you can see the ball guide start kicking to the right. So when you're doing that max curl shot, if you overpower it at all, you run the risk of flying it past that point and then ending up in the right rough, which can be a common occurrence. So just make sure you're not overpowering it even the slightest bit. So
Perfect shot.
I prefer, if possible, I prefer to do the push-up or the slide back,
Nice on.
depending on if you're going up or down, before I adjust, because I like to get in line with the ball guide, and then I'm like going straight back from there. When you adjust, depending on how much you adjust, you could be throwing your line off. So like I'll do it here. I'll do a little bit of pushback. So before I adjust, with this wind, I'm gonna go about a ring and a quarter, ring and a half, and then I'm going to adjust. I'm playing this 0% again. So I like to do the slide back or the push forward before I adjust. That way I'm
Perfect
staying,
shot.
keeping that in line with it, and then I adjust the rings.
Nice on.
So a little bit, either too much of a slide back, or maybe again probably a little bit too much of a slide back. Probably need a little bit more topspin. Again, it's kind of a finicky approach, but safe nonetheless, and we'll go to a shootout.
Eagle.
And yeah, and people do it differently. Some people will do it after the fact. I just never really cared for that too much, but there are times where you would have to, such as if you're at the max line, and then you can't, obviously, like say you're at the max line and you're going to be dropping elevation, so you want to slide forward. You can't slide forward past the max line, so you would have to do it after the fact. So it just kind of depends on the shot as well. Okay, so this one I play with the cat. I play power 0 at the 0 yard mark. And wind's coming from the right, so I'm going to play this with just 2 backspin. And I like to get that third, you see the third bounce landing? I like to get that kind of a little bit left of the hole, but as much in line as I can. And I'm dropping elevations, so I'm going to need to be a little bit
Perfect
OP'd.
shot. Nice on.
So I was setting up, like I said, I was setting up that third bounce kind of either just past the bunker, or it can even be in the bunker, because the tailwind is going to be pushing you past it. And I had it more left because the crosswind is going to be pushing it more to the left. So I'm not super worried about ending up in the bunker because of how the wind is going to be pushing it. And then I'm able to curl less by doing that, because by setting up further right, which will then help at least remove a little bit of the extra parameters of curling into the wind. Practice, basically, Airman. Curl is a very difficult parameter to utilize when it comes to secondary wind effect. I do have my own, I guess, personal thumb rules as far as that goes. But even then, it still sometimes can bite me. But usually, I'll like put the edge of the ball touching the outer ring of the power circle. So what I call that like a quarter ball curl. That's like for 7 mile per hour crosswind. Like that's the number that I have in my head when I do that much curl. And then I just kind of basically like a half a ball of curl for 12-ish, a little bit more. I mean, it's definitely just like curl takes practice for sure. Yeah, there's plenty of shots that I do curl on to offset it. It just kind of depends on what the layout of the hole is and what I'm trying to accomplish. My number one offset for secondary wind effect is just over adjustment. If I have a consistent landing area, then I will over adjust. And my thumb rule for that is, like I said earlier, it's going to be 5% for every 6 mile per hour wind, 5% for 4 mile per hour wind for sand wedges and rough irons. But that's the number one for me, is just over adjusting it. But you need a flat landing area. Otherwise, you could land on a weird slope and it just kicks it all offline anyway, and the whole thing was pointless. Second preferred secondary wind effect offset would be side spin. So there's a lot of shootouts also that I'll do like side spin adjustments on, and my rule of thumb for that is 1 bar of side spin for every 4 mile per hour wind. And then finally, my last kind of go-to secondary wind effect offset is curl. So hardest to judge, but can be very effective if you can do it the right way. So what do we got? All right, so about an hour and 18 minutes we've gone. I've got a OCD nature of being maxed when it comes to tournament play, which I guess is weird. I don't know. That's just, I like to be at max when I can be. So I'm actually going to call it here. Hopefully you guys learned some stuff. I appreciate the questions. Hopefully I was able to answer them well. If y'all ever have any questions outside of the stream, please PM me anytime. I have no issues ever answering anybody's personal messages, so just flood my inbox and I'll do the best I can to answer whatever questions you have. But as always, I appreciate your guys' support, coming and watching the stream. Hopefully you guys are able to learn something. And I'm not going to make any promises for another stream this week. If I do, I'll let you guys know, but for sure I'll be streaming again Tuesday with some master qualifying rounds. So but as always, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys' support, and I'll see you guys later.